Let me give this a minute to load on. Hello, everybody. I'm going live actually earlier than I had planned, but we have a lot of interesting things to talk about today. So I'm just going to give this a minute to load on, and then we'll get to it. Let me make sure that we are live. It's been a while. Awesome. Okay. Hello, everyone coming in. Because I've come in earlier, I'm just going to open up with the introduction, and then we'll allow everyone else to join us, and then we'll really get into it. But happy full lunar moon in Pisces. This is a corn full moon. And a full moon on steroids, because we do have the eclipse season here now as well. Let me know in the chat, guys, if you can hear us okay with the audio, because I'm recording outside, which we used to do way back in the day when I was living in Spain. And I just want to make sure that you can hear me okay, because we have a 𝓤𝓚 very close by, which is, an origin point of water by Pachamama, Mother Earth. So we have like a huge river that's rushing. It sounds beautiful in person, but I'm not sure how the audio is picking up on it. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and share with you what this energy is all about. And we have a beautiful ceremony that we're going to be all partaking in today. It's been a hot minute since we went live, so super looking forward to engaging with you all. I enjoyed these interactions immensely. Okay, so while we allow everyone to roll in, I'm just going to open up with the corn eclipse pack by Outer Spirit, because this is literally the energy to a T that we're going to be experiencing. The first one is amethyst, right? Pisces is all about releasing and letting go. So we have an amethyst. I'm letting go of fear and embracing peace. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you these as we open up. So Outer Spirit is small family-owned business that handcraft these beautiful AA grade jewelry, gemstones. So amethyst is the first energy that we're going to be working with. The intention is about intuition and balance, and the zodiac signs this links to is Aquarius, Pisces, Capricorn, and Aries. This links to the third eye and also the crown chakra, right? So connecting with our upper dantian, being able to look at life through the lens of the soul, third eye, and also look at life through the lens of the higher self in physical form. What is the highest physical embodiment that you can be applying and integrating into your experience on Earth during this eclipse season, right? What's the highest way that you can navigate? And I'm hearing begin to maneuver through these energies. The second one is citrine. So are you calling it abundance, right? This is an abundance stone. If you guys don't know citrine, the energy with citrine is everything I need to be successful is within me. And with amethyst, this is about really releasing the fear, okay, that tells you otherwise, realizing that fear may be present, but I was just having a phone call today around fear and also potential. Your potential also lies on the other side of that fear. So citrine is everything I need to be successful is within me. The intention is about prosperity. And the chakra points this locates is the solar plexus, root, and sacral. So that's about your connection to navigating this matrix. The lower three dantian is literally about you being grounded in this experience, right? Being rooted, feeling confident, right, in your ability to begin to navigate through these energies. Because with the eclipse cycles, it is huge. It's basically celestial bodies, okay, heavenly bodies that are impacting our journey on Earth, because this is subject to our universe and our solar system, and it's impacting the Earth, which is also an octave, right? Pachamama, who's going through her own journey of consciousness. She is an organism, and she's ascending into a higher octave, flushing out these dense frequencies. And your soul is a plasma origin life form incarnating into a carbon-based life form in order to be able to experience life on Earth, composed up of the cells of planet Earth, which means that whatever energies are impacting the Earth are also going to be moving through you, okay? So it's really important to, again, realize that you are well equipped to begin to actually prosper, okay? Prosper on the other side of these challenges, because we're going to talk about it, right? You already know. And the last one is black tourmaline, right? Black tourmaline is I am safe and protected. I'm going to show you guys this one. The intention is about protection, and your awareness is your protection. When you're aware of these energies that we're going to be running through today, well, that protection is your awareness, right? Your awareness is the only thing that you need as you navigate through these cycles. So yeah, I'll go ahead and link in the description box down below a discount code if you guys want to check out the myriad options that they have. But this is literally a beautiful, I'm hearing like triple threat energy. But yeah, this is you really, really stepping into your power. So black tourmaline connects with the root chakra. So in its highest octave, it's about you feeling safe, secure, and grounded as you navigate through these energies, because it can be easy to kind of be swept up or feel ungrounded. And this is a time to begin to allow your intention, right, in regards to you. I'm hearing manifesting and incarnating on earth during this very specific time, okay, in humanity, to become your anchor. So we're going to talk about it, right? This eclipse does have a positive aspect to Jupiter, which does show that something that we were culminating, something is culminating basically from the new moon in Pisces that we had earlier this year. And this is something that you seeded back then that's now coming to a culmination point. So it's taking a very tangible form. And even though these energies are very challenging, they are making a positive aspect, right, to the ruler, Jupiter, which is showing that there are hidden blessings that do await you as you're overcoming and releasing some kind of fear. So we're really going to get into it. I'm just going to say hi to everyone in the chat before we begin. I have a beautiful theme for today and beautiful analogies that I'm excited to share. So hello, everyone. Let me just tune in with the chat. Hi, The Real God. Hi, Retro. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Flow State Energy. Hi, Ian Sophia. Hi, I am Lioness and Delight. Beautiful to see you. Hi, FLOW Priestess. Hi, Shea. Hi, Hey Y5, Jerry, Justin, Sebdob, Justin, so many of you. Hi, Steve. Hello, everybody. Hi, Danny. Hi, Emmy. So many. Hi, Anna. Hello, everybody. Okay, so let's go ahead and tune in with the energy. So I want to open up with the two themes. The first one is Seven of Wands. Okay, Seven of Wands is what I was seeing for this energy, simply because, you know, we're gathering under this Pisces eclipse. And, you know, it is happening on the 7th tomorrow, but the moon has entered Pisces today, which is why I've chosen this, because this is the opening of the portal. And this is about us honoring endings, okay, subjectively and also collectively, where we are releasing the illusions of there being fear, because that's like a heavy one that is instilled, and, you know, things that we can easily adopt entering into this matrix, and trusting in the unseen tides that are beginning to carry us forth into a new path, okay, and also into a new, I'm hearing like version of this earth. So it's almost like I'm hearing there's almost like a parallel undercurrent or version that you can attune into when experiencing this reality. And that's what we're going to be peeling back and connecting with today. So Seven of Wands. Okay, Seven of Wands is a self-preservation card, but it also is a phoenix rising from the ashes. So this is about challenge, perseverance, staying the course, and self-preservation. And this is where the aspect of yourself that had made decisions, you know, based off of survival is going to try to preserve itself. So the Seven of Embers and Wands is a card of perseverance and self-preservation. The blazing phoenix rises out from the book of the universe as a figure leaps effortlessly across the wands in the water. You have been faced with a challenge and you have maintained control. Continue to stay the course and you will be rewarded. And we actually did go live for the new moon in Pisces that happened earlier this year, right? And this is like huge energy. This is something reaching its culmination point. And I was getting a download in regards to that last night. So we'll try and circle back around to that at the end. But this is about what truth longs to be spoken through your soul during this time, and what blessings await on the other side of you freeing this truth, right? Really being able to free the truth, being your soul in some kind of way, and how it wants to express itself, and really allowing that to move through you during this time. And the other energy I was seeing was Neptune. So we're going to talk about what happens when the Hanged Man meets the Seven of Wands, okay? So Neptune energy in this card is also directly linked to a sacrifice, okay? Sacrificial energy is Pisces. So this says going with the flow, surrendering control and letting go, also moving on. The Hangman and Sacrifice can be a tough card to see in a reading. Sacrifice is difficult in any situation, and the Hangman suggests that you will need to surrender control. This is a lesson in letting go of what is no longer serving you so that you can move on. So there is an energy in regards to really being able to move beyond your fear, okay? And it's something that I just did a reading on this as well, where Binary Star came out for this, and Binary Star basically talks about something that is always transversing your path, right? This is something that is always transversing your path, but how can you begin to make friends with the unknown, right? Make friends with your fear and all different kind of dimensions and octaves of yourself. Give me a second, guys. I want to get like comfy. Okay. Ish. So yeah, the opening keynote is that this is where the love of power, right, Virgo, which likes to control, and it, in its shadow is overcome by the power of love, which is Pisces, which is about unifying these forces. And it's almost like the gift of surrender. The gift comes to you when you surrender. Okay, so there's something about the gift comes to you when you surrender. Let me go ahead and okay, so I was seeing like a fortress whose walls were once stood to protect, but now they begin to confine. And the eclipse is asking you kind of what structures are serving love and which ones have been serving fear. So again, experiencing this cosmic overlay through the lens of the matrix is experiencing polarity, contrast, and duality. And being able to see it from an ascended framework or perspective when navigating this construct is to go beyond the lessons of the matrix. It's to become the outsider who looks within and who sees their interconnectedness into all things, right? And doesn't try to separate them, but finds harmony in the opposites and is able to hold space within the contrast. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and tune into it today. Hope everyone's well. How's everyone? Hello. Hi. Okay, so yeah, this is like a fortress whose walls once stood to protect, but now this is about where you confine yourself, where your fear has now become the biggest barrier, but it also becomes something that holds the key to your freedom once surrendered, once released. So I was seeing basically like the artisan and the fortress. So within the fortress walls sits an artisan, and he represents the Eight of Pentacles, which I really should have got up before this, but the Eight of Pentacles is the Sun in Virgo that we have now, okay, in the tarot deck, if you didn't know. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Sun in Virgo. It's somebody who is, let me try and find it real quick. It's somebody who is essentially developing a skill that they're focusing on the smaller and finer details. And in its shadow, they can kind of get lost in the details to the point where they lose focus on the bigger picture. Okay, it's like they forget why they're doing this thing in the first place. All right. Let me go ahead and find it. Eight of Pentacles. So you can see the depiction here. So this is somebody at work, right? They're studying on their desk right now when it comes to their human experience. And day after day, this woman, she works at this bench. She's carving, she's refining, she's chiseling kind of each stone with care. And her devotion is really admirable, right? She's got steady hands. She is focused in her mind. There is this lifetime given to mastery. And the Sun in Virgo shines on this deity, right? And she begins to kind of shape the stones of this fortress that she begins to build around herself, right? Like the Seven of Wands. Something that she's building in this lifetime. And every stone is shaped to perfection because, Virgo essence can be about perfecting those small and fine details. But anyway, the moon rises. Let's go ahead and find the moon. Because I came on here early, I completely forgot what I was going to do. So we're just going to go with the flow, guys. The moon. Let's find the moon. The moon is Pisces energy, right? And also the High Priestess is also another Piscean energy. So perhaps we're also supposed to pull her. So she looks at this work that she's doing through the lens of the soul, right? She's no longer looking at the stones, but she's seeing through them. Where is the moon out here, right? Then the moon shines. I feel like I'm playing like the characters. Have you guys ever played that like puppet thing with like the theater? I feel like I'm doing that right now with like these characters. Okay, this is you, right? So here's the Eight of Pentacles, this artisan. And here's the moon, right? The moon light comes and the light shifts, right? Suddenly the artisan looks up at her work, and suddenly what seemed once so clear is now kind of bathed in mystery. And the familiar fortress that she had built around herself begins to blur, right? All stones kind of blend into one. And the question begins to stir within her as she's sitting at this desk and everything goes dark. Is it love that guides my hands, or is it fear that drives them, right? Am I refining my soul's calling, or am I actually imprisoned in endless perfection? And the fortress itself begins to whisper back at her, right? This beautiful thing that she's kind of built around herself in this lifetime. It begins to whisper back. And some walls begin to gleam with beauty, crafted from love and devotion and sacred service. But other walls, right, other stones, they begin to feel heavy and also unnecessary, right? Some stones were laid from fear. Maybe some stones that this person was kind of dedicating themselves to crafting were actually laid with not feeling good enough. Maybe these were stones of fear of making mistakes or fear of losing control. And that's why they tried to control, the external as much as they could. And under the eclipse moon, the artisan begins to see the difference. She realizes that all labor is not necessarily labor that is soul aligned. This is something that's going to be revealed to you during this time. Some labor is sacred, right? It really is. And some is simply scaffolding of fear, right? What are we building in our life? What are we attaching to based off of fear? And what are we beginning to surrender, right? What stones are we beginning to kind of remove from the fortress, realizing that maybe they served a purpose, maybe the version of ourselves that operates from survival had done that to protect ourselves, but what once protected now confines. What once felt like safety has now become a prison. And this could be, even certain belief systems that you've built around yourself in some way. And so the Eight of Pentacles begins to pause, right? The artisan begins to pause, and she kind of rests her chisel, right? She rests it down and she begins to listen to almost the high priestess within. Where's the high priestess gone? The high priestess within, and looks at the situation from the lens of the soul. And within the moonlight, the high priestess within you, this high octave that you tune into, right? The soul, the higher self in physical form, tells you that it's okay to put this down. It's okay to rest this. And it's okay to surrender and keep only what was built from love and begin to surrender what you had built your life to be, right? Your life was a design, your reality is a design crafted by your hand that was crafted through the lens of fear. And the fortress needs no perfection, only devotion to what is real, what is aligned, and what makes you feel alive moving forward. So decisions that you had made are not things that you have to continue to make. It's not things that you have to continue to build, right? This is not things that you have to continue to build upon where the foundation is already compromised, right? Maybe it once aligned with your values, but it no longer does. In this way, you've got, like, again, this artisan inside of the fortress, the Eight of Wands character, the moon, or even the high priestess, which is casting a shadow during this time, which is prompting you to do some kind of soul reflection in regards to the things that you're building towards. And the fortress, right, the Seven of Wands, is a metaphor for what we build with our lives, both sacred defenses and also the imprisoning walls. So the question becomes, first of all, what are you building from love during this time? And the second one, what are you still clinging to from fear or control? So that's our first segment, people. I just need to go and thank everyone in the chat because I've seen some super chats and I do want to go ahead and give my gratitude. Thank you so much, Shaya. You are so deeply appreciated. Let me see if you had a message. We love you. Oh, I love you guys so much as well. Honestly, sending so much love. You're so, so deeply appreciated. May the energy that you pour into me return back to you tenfold in a luminescent current. I'm hearing divine lighthouse and wisdom. So the way that you've been shining your light, Shaya, is definitely something that has been guided. I'm hearing, and also you're guiding, okay? You're guiding in the way that you've been guided. And also, thank you, Jessica, as well. You're always showing up and showing out. Deeply appreciated. Thank you so much. May your cause come back into effect tenfold. And thank you so much, Steve, as well. Here, have a half Hondo. Thank you so much. That's a new vehicle, a new upgrade of how you're navigating this construct. Let me know if you guys can hear us okay, because it's now getting a little bit more windy. And then we're going to go ahead and continue. Hi, Indie Sounds. Good to see you. It's been a hot minute. Hi, Christina. Hello. Hi, Bruce. Thank you so much. That was like a last minute decision. Actually, no, I was thinking about it for a while, but because it's like not winter, it's going to be spring out here where I am now soon, later this month. I was like, yeah, why not? Call in a change. Thank you so much, Emmy Jane 333. 333 is about major growth and expansion that's happening in your life. Let me go ahead and find the 333 card. The 333 is literally on top of the deck right now. Wow, potential. And we were literally talking about a conversation between fear and also a conversation between potential as well. So let me go ahead and read this for you. Your chance to reach your highest of potentials is here. Perseverance has gotten you to where you are. You have been through so much, and this guidance is here to show you that you are exactly where you need to be. So again, whatever it is that you're releasing during this time is actually coming with a reward on the other side, because again, Jupiter is about gifts. Jupiter actually deposits blessings, and there is a blessing that is being, I'm hearing, deposited and downloaded into your third dimensional experience as you kind of release lower densities that you're flushing out during this time, and it's helping you ascend into a higher octave. And as you operate in that higher octave, there are new resonant experiences coming forth during this time as well. Thank you so much. You guys are just literally, I have no words. Like, you're so just, yeah, I'm just incredibly blessed. Thank you so much. I am Lioness. We deeply appreciate it. You are amazing. 333, highest of potentials. Thank you so much, Yoga, for your super sticker. I think congratulations on your first super sticker as well. Guys, may all the energy that you pour on where your attention goes flow back to you endlessly through a Pakarina, like through an origin point. It's like where water is sourced from Pachamama, which is Mother Earth, which we're coming at you live in regards to now. But yeah, I'm super excited to touch in all the energies during this time. It's 2:22 on the clock. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue. But yeah, can you guys guess where I am? I haven't actually announced it yet, but can you guess where I am right now? It's not in Egypt. I'll give you a hint. It's not in Egypt. If you can guess, I don't know what, but congratulations. Thank you so much, Christina, for your generosity. You're so deeply appreciated. Congratulations on being number 2 on the top fan board. I don't even like that word, but yeah, like, thank you so much gratitude and loves, and to you, like, tenfold, like, honestly, may your cause come back into effect tenfold. Seriously. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and continue before we get sidetracked. So the Pisces lunar eclipse themes is about dissolving the illusions, again, especially fear being one of them. So this is one of the strongest illusions that we will experience in this matrix, because once you do depart from this experience, once for example, the soul and the human condition begins to lift, and you begin to look at your life on earth through a higher, broader universal truth, and you see the full landscape of time and space, right? And infinite timelines that are readily available for you at any given moment, right? The Akashic records, the interconnected database that stores the living memory of all organisms on planet Earth, everything that you have been, everything that you are, and everything that you could be, right? All that is, all that will be, and all that there was. You kind of are able to account for in that moment, and you're kind of forced to account for how living under the illusion of fear had become your biggest barrier to actually stepping into your highest of potential. 333, which is why I love this co-creation that we have. But that's the vibe, right? That's the essence. So this is about being able to kind of have that soul review now during that time. And that's what Neptune the Hanged Man is. You know, Neptune and the Hanged Man is literally hanging himself upside down from the tree of knowledge that he holds inside of him. Odin, right? Hermes energy. And looking at the ruins of his life and is actually able to have that soul review, that reassessment, and he begins to shift the frameworks in how he views this reality, and also the potential that he has to really excel, not just in the physical, but also in etherically, right? Etheric growth too. So thank you so much. I'm gonna I'm gonna go ahead and thank anyone else that sends a super chat. Thank you so much, Seb Road. Your messages have been really hitting lately. Thank you. Thank you so much for your support and generosity. You are deeply, deeply, deeply appreciated. May your energy that you send out return back to you. I'm seeing like a boomerang. I feel like the energy that you're sending out is returning back around to you, like literally tenfold. That's the energy. It's, cause and effect. Thank you so much. Flow state energy is always, I was going to say a privilege to see you, but yeah, it is. Always happy to see you in the comment section as well. Bless you and bless you, good sir. May your energy come back to you tenfold. Really, that is what it is. The energy that you're putting out is coming back to you tenfold during this time. But anyway, let's go and continue, right? So the endings are something that actually makes room for new beginnings during this time. This is where your inner walls begin to break so that light can enter into the fortress, right, that you had built. And you can see how the light is within. There is an eternal flame within you that is guiding your path forever, not just within this lifetime, but also, many other carbon-based life forms that you've incarnated into and will continue to do so. So it really represents the art of surrender and trusting the unseen shifts, like trusting the foundation of the fortress where you're inside right now. It feels like internally there's a shift happening, right? Where inside of you, there are certain stones that are turning. And I'm hearing during the eclipse season, no stone will be left unturned. This is where the stones begin to I'm laughing right now because I'm seeing interlocking stones, which are like created, which we're really going to talk about, guys, when I take you on a tour around where we are. This is ancient civilization. I'm hearing this is ancient knowledge that you have, that the stones will begin to loosen. Anything that is not built from love during this time is going to be revealed and highlighted, especially in regards to the way that you build yourself and you build your life and the decisions that you make, right? And how that builds a certain reality for yourself. So recognizing that the strongest power comes from not control, but actually release during this time. And I'm also seeing like Jenga. You may be afraid. This is what I'm seeing with your guides, right? In Jenga, it's all like stacked up stones, like that you have. And there are certain things that are being removed from your life, right? Certain things that are here, and you have to trust that your life will not collapse as a result of it. Instead, right, we have the 3 of Cups here and the 6 of Wands that we're pulling out. So instead, it's going to lead to some kind of celebration. It's going to lead to some kind of victory. It's going to lead to you showing up in the world in a new way. So just trust the things that, are being removed, and also the things that are going to replace during this time, right? And how that's going to be filled with something even stronger, right? It's not a breaking apart or falling apart. Instead, it's a falling into place type of energy. So the Virgo polarity teaches you that there is order, there is refinement, and really Virgo and Pisces axis, especially with the nodal axes, like if you don't know, the eclipses are eclipses because they're full and new moons on the nodal axes, right? Which is the 18-month cycles that we go through in regards to kind of like the karmic themes that are playing out when it comes to this cosmic overlay we're participating in. And the common themes for this is there being a secret order in what appears to be disorderly. And Virgo likes to restore order from chaos, right? It likes to begin to ground and integrate these things into tangible, physical action, right? The 8 of Pentacles, something that you're building. But Pisces is the makes us ask the question, are we building this thing based off of love? Are we actually building this thing that feels so aligned, right? Is it so aligned with who we know ourselves to be now, right? Are we going to continue to build the things that we were building when we were in this human amnesia? But now that you've remembered your cosmic origins, how will that change the things that you want to build upon, right? And I'm hearing the version of yourself that you want to build yourself to be. So yeah, this is about the architecture of the fortress itself changing. And the architecture is you. Like, you are changing. You are shifting during this time. But Virgo can become controlling in the way where it can be rigidity. It can overanalyze, right? It can go into a state of analysis paralysis. And it can tighten the walls too much and become too rigid, where it resists this change. And Saturn and Pisces is kind of breaking us open and allowing us to release what needs to change so that change can begin to occur. And this is about integration, letting Virgo bring clarity, bring structure without becoming imprisoned by imperfection, by not being afraid to make a move because we're afraid to make the wrong one. That's the type of energy. Don't, with Jenga, like, you have to just be willing to kind of, like, poke at things and really see what needs to be loosened up and what can be loosened up during this time, and allowing yourself to see that you can still stand strong through that recalibration that's happening during this time. You can still be grounded, right? And oftentimes the foundation is actually the part that's strongest, right? The foundation allows the rest to stand tall. So I'm hearing it's making sure that you are good, first of all, and then everything else that you're building is an extension of yourself, right? Quantumly, you're entangled. It's a source playing with itself inside of its own creation, and you're creating inside of your own creation. So everything that you create is infused with the essence of who you are. If you're in a season of surviving, well, that's going to bleed into your business. That's going to bleed into your partnerships, right? They're going to be surviving. I'm here hanging on by a thread. if anything, if you're in a season of thriving, well, your business is going to be thriving. Anything that you choose to invest into is going to be thriving, right? This is mirrored reflections that happen, right, when we talk about the quantum. So the North Node in Pisces and South Node in Virgo axis is really about the direction that you're moving towards, not so just subjectively, but also on a collective scale, right? And also trusting that there is a spiritual flow that's happening, and you must begin to hold compassion for yourself amongst these transformations that are occurring. And it is kind of opening the gates to the fortress and allowing you to lead beyond the limitations that you had once true for yourself, right? Is that still true? And I was talking about that today, actually, and earlier in a reading, where I was saying that we're going to see where the origin points of certain belief systems are during this time. Where did you adopt those belief systems, right? Where did you adopt that? Because there is a part of yourself, right, the eternal light within, that is untouched by time. It's unaffected by the events that have occurred while navigating this matrix. And there are certain thoughts that could have been invoked, I'm hearing, even earlier on in childhood, that are going to be coming to the surface. Because I'm hearing even like the subconscious, right, with Pisces energy. This is about things that are deeply embedded within your subconscious, even generationally, even ancestrally, right? We're going really deep into the roots. And with the South Node in Virgo, this is about releasing where there could have been an obsession with the details, where there has been a level of control that has once kept you safe, but has now become something that you've become imprisoned by, where your belief systems kind of create these internal blockages. You can think about it like that. It's almost like they pollute the runways of infinite potential being able to flow through you freely, and also extend into anything that you do, right? It branches off into, I'm hearing, little universes that you're creating. And there's something around that universe really begins to thrive, right? The one verse in you begins to thrive when you begin to dismantle any belief systems that have been distorting the way that you create. This is about coming back to creation for creation's sake, not creating because of how you're going to be perceived or how something's going to be perceived, right? So that's what the Virgo energy is, right? It can be over analytical in the way where you're being invited to release the need to kind of like judge yourself, right? And the theme is about the unseen, okay? Especially here where I am, the eclipse is going to be happening during the day. And just because there's work that you're doing internally behind the scenes, right, doesn't mean that there's not progress. Not all progress is going to be visible at first. And that's exactly what the theme is for these eclipses. This is about, eclipse happens during the day, right? It's about the unseen power in the invisible. And this is inner change that happens first, and then outer projection, right? This is about the outer projection, and external reality begins to reconfigure itself, and you can see tangible changes in your reality that begin to happen and occur to correspond with the internal shifts that have occurred within you. And that happens later, right? The physical is the last thing to take place. First of all, there's change when it comes to your thoughts and emotions, because that also shifts your vibration. Then that shifts everything internally for you. It changes the way that you relate to your journey on earth. It changes the way that you think about your journey on earth. And I'm hearing the potential that you have here. And that seed is a metaphor, right? It's hidden in the tides, right? These are gears that are happening beneath the surface. I'm seeing like the tectonic plates of the earth. So there's interchange that happens first, and that this is about trusting in that unseen alchemy that's happening within you. So the seed metaphor is almost like transformation that begins beneath the soil, and this is something that you could have seeded way earlier on in this year, right? That was about February, I believe, maybe even like 27th or something that we had the new moon in Pisces. I'll kind of go back and track that, but this is a dark seed in the soil, and this is about you kind of seeding a version of yourself during this time, and nothing's visible, right? There's only the roots that are forming beneath the surface. This is your DNA. It's your memory of you being infinite potential beginning to activate. And because of that, the direction is already set, right? The direction of the seed's potential to grow into its fullest expanded state already lies before its time, right? Before it physically arrives there, it already has that potential within it. And for you, this is almost saying that the sprout breaks through the ground when we address the parts of ourselves that we try to avoid. Every breakthrough and level up and upgrade is going to happen through the parts of us that we most deeply try to avoid. And it can look sudden one day, especially to the outside world, but the process was quietly unfolding long before its time, right? Long before the seed even sprouts through the ground, long before the breakthrough already existed. The breakthrough was something that was inevitably going to happen. And there's something about you kind of giving yourself grace while feeling like you're in the dark right now. There could be something that you're planting in the dark. And I did a reading on this the other day where I was saying like you operate best in the dark anyway. And then dark energy came out, which is about, there being so much more to discover during this time by turning on the black light and looking at this situation through the lens of the soul. And with the tidal imagery, I was seeing like the eclipse is this unseen tide, right, in Pisces, where it's pulling at your inner waters during this eclipse season. And the tide first shifts deep in the ocean, right? It happens underneath the surface. The currents change under the surface where you cannot see them, but the change begins to shift the direction outwardly. It begins to shift the direction invisibly. So this could be about you kind of, I'm hearing, announcing this new you to yourself first and then to the world, right? And only later do the waves actually reach the shore because the currents are directed towards that very specific trajectory. And when that happens, you begin to see that evidence play out in your third dimensional reality. But the message is that what you feel inside now is almost like the precursor to the events that will arise in your outer life. So this is almost like a glimpse into your destiny before it unfolds. It's like, again, the title is something is brewing. You can feel something deeply, deeply brewing within you during this time. And it's almost like those gut feelings with Pisces. I was seeing like a study on this where gut feelings were studied as memories from your future self, right? It's like you're remembering and feeling the events in the early stages. It's almost like the first spark, right, of a whole wildfire that begins to emerge. It's like you're feeling that during this time. And the practical anchor is during this period, you're going to be noticing the subtle shifts, right? Whether that's deja vu, whether that's synchronicities, whether that's like strong messages in the astral realm. This is about changes that are happening towards what actually feels aligned for you. And these are the early sprouts, right? They're showing me the Fortune's Wheel card, which is luck and divine timing. And it basically talks about notice the subtle shifts that begin to happen in your reality, the coincidental encounters, the synchronicities, right? The events that begin to unfold. These are early symbols and signs of what is already beginning to project outwardly due to the internal work that you've already been doing, right? This is something you've already been planting since early on in 2025. And that's something that is going to manifest now during this next 3 to 6 month cycle, because the Pisces eclipse is a culmination. And if this doesn't happen on the date for you, which it most certainly, like, you're going to be able to feel this, but this is something that will begin to catalyze over the next 3 to 6 months. That's the eclipse kind of window, if you will. And this is the portal that has opened. So this is about this being an invisible season, right? And after 3 to 6 months, right, during this period, you're going to start to see the visible changes that begin to occur. And it's knowing that just because you can't see the bloom doesn't mean that it isn't growing, right? And it's about trusting in this internal hidden alchemy that's occurring, and the changes that you embody in silence today will begin to project outwardly, kind of rewriting the story around you, and you'll begin to witness the story of your life that shifts as a result of that. And it's because you have shifted. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing. And with the fortress, it's like a sacred defense, right? This is a sacred defense. And today and tomorrow, it's time to discern what's protective versus where have you imprisoned yourself? Where have your belief systems become physical laws that you've been abiding by within your own internal universe, right? You are the universe experiencing itself as human. I'm hearing this can be as easy or as hard as you want to make it, really. And the invitation is to release what no longer shields, but what has begun to confine you, right? And the eclipse teaching segment is almost like, though the moon is eclipsed in the daylight, it's invisible to our eyes, right? The human eyes. But the shift is no real nonetheless, right? It's a shift that the soul is beginning to see, especially observing within you. If I take away your 5 senses right now, your taste, your touch, your smell, your hearing, your sight, what are you left with? What are you left with, guys? Let me know in the comments. What are you left with? If I take away your 5 senses, right? Your primary antennas were navigating this matrix. What are you left with? 7P said thought. I like it, right? Where's thought? Where's the thought come from? King Ishana said consciousness. Hi, Dana. You are left with consciousness. You are left with pure awareness. Nothing but a pure state of awareness. And that's what your true self is, right? So it's like a seed that begins to germinate in the darkness. There's transformation that occurs right now that you may not be able to see, but it's beginning within you. And I'm hearing everything starts within. But what dissolves within you right now is already reshaping your life in ways that you cannot see right now, okay? In ways that have yet to appear. So not all progress is visible at first, but the eclipse is going to reveal what needs to be released, what needs to be changed within yourself. And it begins quietly. It begins deep inside of you, right? You are the seed. You are the one that has been seeded onto this planet, and you are beginning to crack open. Oh, I remember. Let me try and see if I can find it. There's a card specifically in the in this one of these decks. Let me go and find it. But you are the seed that begins to crack open. Let's see if I can find it, guys. There's literally a card for this. Like, you crack open and you see your light. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's like light open. You're cracked open, and it shows a star, right? Stardust wrapped in skin. The light that you've been seeking is within. Where is it? It's in one of these decks. I know it is. Give me a second, guys. Once I get like tunnel vision on something. Okay, it's gonna be in this one. Let's see. Yeah, but the inner tides turn long before the waves reach the surface, right? That's like the energy. And this is the river of change. And all rivers lead to the ocean, right? It's like all paths lead back home. And when you realize that, you can release the illusion of fear, because there is no right or wrong path. I'm hearing there is only the one that you're aligned with through choice. And you can consciously guide your choice. Where is it? I didn't pass it. Hold on. Let me see. Learning how to be human in the world of it. Golden children. Trust the timing. Trust the wave that you came in on. Time is not running out, right? Since we're talking about the waves. What should be like the last card? Here it is. Like the last act, right? It's like you're not forgotten about. Okay, it's just deeply hidden back there. Cracked open. Rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. And alchemy, what alchemy is saying, okay, this is one way to feel about this situation. Okay, how can I introduce a different way of feeling about this, same situation? It's embracing your multidimensionality, which is multiple frequencies, right? Frequencies are vibrations, multiple vibration of thought, the quality of thought, multiple ways of feeling about a certain situation. So like the fortress, the transformation begins within the walls, and your walls are breaking open. And from the outside, the structure still looks intact, tall, strong, unshaken. But inside, the foundation has slowly began shifting, right? This is the moments where, you know what I'm seeing for you? Oh, have you ever seen like a secret door, right? Where you go into like a certain site and specifically like a wall. Have you ever seen those walls? And it's like someone is listening and I'm seeing your soul kind of guide you to press a certain stone. And upon the surface, it looks like, you know, they're all interconnected and they're all one, but there is a very special path that is available to you. And I'm seeing them press that stone. You know, when you kind of move the stone into the like the wall and you press it, I think you know what I'm talking about. What's it called? Does anyone know? It's like a secret passage and it begins to open up this secret door, right? That's like the gate of the fortress that you've built. And I'm seeing a different kind of passage open up within you, almost like how Coraline, like again, she kind of opened up, she found the key, she realized, actually, I'm hearing like you are the key to begin to open up this part of yourself and move into this luminescent way of existing and moving through this this construct. So yeah, from this foundation has already shifted and stones begin to loosen, the cracks begin to spread through, and there are hidden chambers that begin to open. And this is about something that has been hidden, not even hidden, but within you, kind of forgotten, that has been waiting to be revealed or remembered. You know, this is about you remembering who you are, remembering why you came here. And your two biggest days are the one that you were seeded onto this planet. The second one is when you remember why. And you're coming back into alignment with that why. You know, that's what the North Node in Pisces is. There's an intangible part of yourself that's guiding your life during this time, right, with Neptune, and allow that aspect to move through you, right? This is about the soul leading the vessel and not the other way around. So yeah, only later will the outer fortress visibly begin to kind of crumble, but it will reveal like this space that begins to emerge where a new pathway becomes available for you. And it's because you're clearing up that pathway within anything that has been blocking it. And the walls that begin to finally collapse actually lead to a breakthrough. And from the outside lens, it can appear like there's sudden shifts that will happen with you over the next 3 to 6 month cycle. Yeah, it has been preparing you all along, right? Yeah, you have already transformed into the phoenix, but you're witnessing yourself walking back in a linear fashion to experience yourself as the ashes. You know, that's the rules of duality in this realm. And the eclipse is working behind the scenes, reminding you that change must start from within. Things don't change unless things change. So first the seed begins to split in silence. First, the tide must change beneath the surface, right? To kind of alter the trajectory. First, the fortress must begin to crumble inside of its own walls. And this is something that is not just falling apart, but actually falling into place beautifully and actually is sacredly aligned, right? Something that is sacredly aligned. So what you surrender inwardly is going to become a new story that's going to be written outwardly, right? Today, tomorrow. And the eclipse works from the inside out, right? So that's the energy that's coming through for sure. That is the energy that's coming through. We'll go ahead and pull some energies in regards to this too. But again, this is something that you're going to feel. So let's go ahead and pull some cards for this. Let me go and tune in with the chat as well. Let's go ahead and see what everyone's saying. Hope you're all well. Yes, following those intuitive nudges. Has anyone guessed where I am yet? Has anyone guessed? Don't spoil it. Dana is the only one that knows. Dana is the only one that knows. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see. Let's pull Gateway of the Light activation. What's the theme right now? Queen Alexandra said Peru. People are guessing. Share it. Oh, let's see. Star gathering. So we have gathered here. We have gathered here. Soul family, as soul family, right? This interconnected stellar network. So stars have aligned for you, okay? Star gathering. Let's go ahead and read this. So again, you're not alone, right? As alone as you may feel, because Virgo is almost like the individual. It's also like sacred devotion too. Star gathering. Please do tell it's beautiful hair. Nepal, Gary said. Armenia, flow state, the southern hemisphere. Yeah, I'll give you I'm in the southern hemisphere, I am. Turkey. Yan. No. I was going to say Tibet. Interesting. Okay, so soul gathering. The stars have aligned and you have found the lost pieces of yourself and your energy. And now is your time to shine. And the way that I'm seeing, okay, this is about you becoming magnetic, especially again during these next 3 to 6 months. I'm getting such huge deja vu right now. um, I was seeing you kind of collect fragments of yourself that has been scattered across timelines. It's like you're showing up for yourself in ways that you never have before, but also you're showing up for all past versions of yourself from this lifetime and also previous incarnations, right? And also your ancestors, right? 12th house Pisces energy was all about ancestral energy. So you were showing up for all those who have come before and all those versions who will come after as well. So you're doing something that's leaving a mark in the historical timeline. And because of that, you're magnetic, attracting people, energies, and opportunities that will allow your dreams to unfold. What did I say? It's making a positive aspect to Jupiter. I was just saying, what did I say? Like, it's making a positive aspect to Jupiter, right? Which is showing that there are good luck and a blessings and abundance that's coming forward from sacrifice, right? Sacrificial energy, the Hanged Man. Now, what does sacrifice mean in etymology? It means to make sacred again. So you are sacrificing certain things to return to your sacred, a more sacred and aligned version of yourself that has always been within you. It's not something that you're seeking externally to find. It's something that you're recovering. And that leads to Corbin in Hebrew, which means that something new is drawing near as a result of that sacrifice, right? New Zealand, the Heli said. Australia, Jessica, no, not Australia. Okay, Steve's getting a little bit Steve's getting a little bit frustrated. He said, I freaking hope she announces her location now. Okay, let's see. This is a time of wishes fulfilled. All of your dedication, focus, and dreaming has paid off, and now you can reap the rewards. It's important for you to know that this plane of existence is your rightful place and not to spend too much time trying to transcend this reality, right? Not about trying to escape this reality, but it's about seeing through the illusions of it clearly, right? For you chose to be here at this time. Again, you were seeded onto this planet this time. You chose to participate in this monumental, I'm hearing pivotal shift that we're going through as a collective. So if you are feeling particularly connected to certain individuals at this time, it's because you're finding your star family, beings you connected with before you entered into this cycle of physical incarnation. And as long as you're connected to yourself, you are home. So this is knowing that home is wherever you are. You can find home in wherever you are, in whatever you do, okay? And I'm hearing this because of who you are. That's knowing that that safety is within. The earth is your home, right? You are, I'm hearing, at home to this universe, right? And even beyond it. Like, the existence is your home. Like, you should feel safe anywhere in your vessel. And the only time that we feel unsafe is when we begin to resist to change, right? The only time that we feel unsafe is when we go against the universal laws that we're abiding by, which is to change. To change is to grow. Growth over time leads to evolution. When we kind of resist our own change and we resist our own growth, that's where we begin to create these self-created cycles of suffering, right? That's when we begin to experience pain. But from that painful place, beauty can emerge, because the snake that sheds its skin goes through a cycle of rebirth, right? We're in period 9 right now. It's the snake that begins to shed its skin. And period 9 is about lifting the human condition. The veil is thinning, right? Your access between realms is, I'm hearing, becoming more apparent to you, right? What's going on behind the scenes before it enters into a third dimensional experience are things that you're psychically attuned into as a psychic being. Okay, let's see. Wait, she is home, car. Indeed. It will be a portal location. Indeed, it is a huge one. You guys are getting close. You guys are getting really, really warm. Some of you have already guessed it. I just haven't said. So that's like your big hint. Maybe I'm just not even going to say it today. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, you guys are getting really, really specific. I feel exposed. Usually I never really say my location real time. Let's go. One of you have you're pretty much on the money. Okay. let's see. Let's go ahead and continue with like the themes. So what I was seeing was basically the Seven of Wands meets the Pisces Hanged Man. Okay, so we're going to talk about these two as if they're characters. Characters I'm hearing in a book. So this is like the story of your life and the internal story that's unfolding within you. So the first message is the Seven of Wands teaches us like preservation, right? Self-preservation and holding the high ground, protecting what matters most. But during this eclipse, it shows us the difference between sacred defense and unnecessary struggle. Some walls are meant to hold this flame, right? This internal divinity within you. And others are meant to fall away during this time. And what happens when the Seven of Wands meets the Hanged Man is that the Seven of Wands begins to defend the wall, right? The Seven of Wands is the one that stands atop the fortress wall, staff in hand, holding ground against unseen challenges below. And the qualities is someone that is very courageous, right? You are someone that's courageous. There is an aspect or dimension. These are dimensions of yourself, by the way, that exist within you. That's what we're talking about. It's vigilance. It is even someone that's determined to protect what they've earned, the things that they've built for themselves in this life. And this is someone who has climbed high and now feels the need to kind of guard their place. So there could be, I'm hearing the person that you've become today, like that is your gift. There's a specific quote that's coming through. I can't remember. It's almost like the gift in who is not in what you achieve, but in who you become. And there's something about protecting this version of yourself and everything that's led you to this point, right? All the experiences that have kind of shaped you. And Pisces energy is about a remolding from that shape. It's about becoming formed into becoming formlessness once again, right? Returning to your formless nature before returning back to the light. And the shadow is that this person can become weary because of that. They can even become defensive or paranoid. They're always fighting, even when there's no enemy that's present, really. There is no enemy that's present. It's almost like they're shadow boxing, right? But they're shadow boxing the mirror, like other mirrored reflections of themselves, other extensions. And they could even mistake isolation for strength, confusing self-preservation with self-imprisonment. So the essence is a character that is the guardian of inner truth, and their role is sacred, but they must learn to discern what is worth kind of defending, and also when it's time to begin to open up, right? The fortress walls, the fortress gates. Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you so much, Brian, for your super chat. You are deeply, deeply appreciated. May your cause come back into effect tenfold. So deeply appreciated. So when the Seven of Wands meets the Neptune character, right, the Hanged Man, this is Neptune beginning to dissolve the boundaries. Neptune comes, right, the soul comes, and it completely removes each one of these kind of sticks that this person's collected one by one, and then it lays them out in front of you, and it helps you see that the sticks are an illusion. Okay, it helps you see that, you know, like the scene in the Matrix where he says, bend the spoon, and he says, well, the spoon is only an illusion. There's that kind of energy. It's almost like this life is merely an illusion. It's something that you're dreaming into being, and that dream is something that can be, I'm hearing, interchangeable. It's not a static path. It's a continuous summation of infinite quantum possibilities, and it's helping you see that this reality is as malleable as you are. If you are rigid, your reality will reflect that. If you are stagnant, right, stagnation occurs when we resist change. If you are stagnant, that's why you're seeing stagnancy in your reality, right? You will see stagnancy and the illusion of there being blocks when there are internal blocks that you've set upon yourself. Okay, so this is about returning back to that fluid nature. And the Hanged Man kind of comes and helps you reevaluate, right, which one of these sticks that's actually soul aligned, right? He begins to kind of help these boundaries begin to soften, these defenses begin to soften, and it kind of helps you see what is real and what is an illusion. So the Hanged Man kind of asks you to surrender and see yourself from a new perspective. Really, that's what it is. It's seeing yourself from a new perspective and laying down the stuff and seeing things from another angle. So yeah, it's not about fighting harder. It's about realizing that there's something that you're surrendering to during this time. And it's the unavoidable transformation that's occurring within you. That's what's going on. So yeah, that's the alchemy of the two. Right, let's go ahead and tune in. We'll go ahead and open up some Cosmos Oracle messages and just see what the theme is around this eclipse. Celestial uterus, the womb, right? Literally, this is such an auspicious energy in the cell. So you have remembered, okay, within you is the DNA, the center of the cell, the nucleus, and you have remembered what your full potential is. Within the seed lies the DNA, right? The potential that it has to become a tree. And with celestial uterus, this is about the birth of that seed that begins to germinate. So this is about a new you that's breaking open, right? A new you that has cracked open. If I can find that, guys, my cards are like everywhere right now. But like a new you that has cracked open and is beginning to emerge, right? Let's go ahead and read Celestial Uterus. It's a super auspicious card. Genesis, fertility, support. Everything begins in the uterus as a container, solitary in silence, resting before leaving the dark to step into the light. Giving birth allows us to flourish in society and interact with the rest of the planet. This is so funny because I was like getting Empress energy earlier in regards to like it being a womb or like a stargate. And this is about you birthing like literally a new version of yourself into creation. So giving birth allows us to flourish in society and interact with the rest of the planet. The uterus gives us necessary time to contemplate the crucial phases of life, and above all, gestation. What else could have possibly come from that seed? So what else is going to be emerging from you during this time? And I'm hearing, what new path are you going to be forging in this reality as a result of that, right? For example, the version of yourself that has fear become the dominant vibration, right? The one who resists change, for they want to cling to their comfort zone and what is familiar. What does that reality look like for that parallel version of self? Just think about it for a moment. What does that version look like? Rigid, contracted, stagnant, resistant, uncomfortable in their comfort zone, avoiding the inevitable. And there's also a version of you that begins to embody feeling confident, feeling like they embrace life changes instead of brace for it, feeling like they're empowered to make the change instead of feeling overpowered by it. Trust in their ability to begin to make decisions and stand by them in a way that they haven't done before, you know? So what does that version of self look like? You know, I even did like a message on this the other day in regards to meeting that parallel version of self and kind of embodying them in the now and not seeing yourself as separate. So we are born and we flourish, okay? And I'm seeing again, that's what it is to become your higher self in physical form and to become the physical embodiment of your higher self. That's about literally becoming your higher self because you're embodying your highest expression. You're navigating life on earth as your higher self would. So we are flourish, we gestate, and we give birth to ourselves continuously in this cycle of life. We acknowledge ourselves as human creators who change our skin on a cyclical basis, giving life and birth to new parts of our being, eventually revealing it from its hidden gestation process. Our projects and our relationships are formed in the same way. It's a continuous birth in the fractal of life, which always needs two parts: the alchemy, which is the elements, and also the space to contain it. So you're being given this space right now, and it's containing almost like you. And I was seeing that as well today. There was something around a containment that's going on, or like a container. Like you may feel like the universe is kind of planting you in the dark. And I feel like this is you feeling like you're in the dark in regards to where your life is heading, or the trajectory of that, or how everything's going to manifest or unfold. That's actually what it is. Let's see what this unfolds into. Give me a card for the next. The eclipse energy is like the one that flew. Again, this is where you block yourself, right? This is the only one that flew out as I picked up the card. So I'll go ahead and read it. It talks about a special or spatial light. It's a part of, it's seeing who or what is blocking your light. That's basically what it talks about. Where are you blocking your own light from really being able to shine, right? Where have you been kind of holding yourself back from breaking free and fully breaking open? Because that's what cracked open is all about, right? It's all about surrender, right, to the alchemy of life and an alchemical process that's happening within you right now. and be free like the wind. With the breath of kindness, blow away all that's not for you and keep what is there, keep what is for you. And I'm hearing it doesn't have to be a hard process. You can try to, with when we were talking about with the fortress walls, like you can try to like push things out and push the loose stones out. But I'm seeing the things that are no longer soul aligned are just going to disintegrate the moment that you blow onto it. It can be as easy as you want to begin to drop those belief systems into choosing to no longer adopt that, right? It's something that's no longer yours to carry. So let's see the changes that are happening with you throughout the next 3 to 6 months. Protoplanetary disk. Are you freaking kidding me? We keep talking about seed energy. We have density here at the base, so you're becoming less dense than the medium you're immersed in. Protoplanetary disk is the space where planets are literally formed themselves, okay? So let's go and take a look at this protoplanetary disk. This is such an auspicious energy. I think two of the like most auspicious cards when it comes to seeds has come out. So this is something new that you're seeding. Let me go ahead and find P. Here we go. Parallel universes, the power of choice, photon, parsec, proton, and protoplanetary disk. The places where planets are formed themselves. Although all the nebulous material makes it difficult to achieve clarity in the here and now, something large, concrete, and solid with endless possibilities is brewing. What's the title of this reading, guys? Something is brewing, right? Something is brewing in the ethers. You're standing in a giant incubator. This is the containment period. If you think about an incubator, it's like somewhere where you go to even place like eggs before they begin to hatch. And this is you kind of hatching out of a version of yourself that was kind of molded or you know, constructed by I'm hearing the lens of this matrix, right? It's a shell of who you really are. It's a mutated version of self. It's not your infinite potential, right? It's not the version of yourself. I'm seeing like a superhero kind of energy, the version of yourself that is the highest possible expanded version, right? It's like okay, let's just say like Superman becomes like, I don't know, mutated. Superman begins to doubt himself or his ability. And because of that, he never goes out and like, I don't know, like, you know, does his work that feels so aligned because he's doubting himself. It's that type of energy that's coming through. It's like the moment where Peter Parker is bit by the spider and that pain becomes his biggest superpower. And this is about the power that you have to take everything that you've gone through, and I'm hearing create something meaningful from it, right? So this is exactly where all planetary systems and physical processes take shape to create a planet. And this is crazy because I'm seeing it as, you know, thank you for the tragedy. I needed it for my art. Like some of you are definitely using something as a muse. And it's not something that the soul attaches to. It's something that the soul experiences through you, right? So not only is there nothing to worry about, but also nothing that you need to do. If lack of clarity caused by the nebula brings anxiety and confusion, remember to pay attention to the sky. Sometimes it gets the clouds to float across to plot a certain, plan together that you may not be able to see. Everything is on its path. Just enjoy the journey. Okay, there was a very specific message that just came through in regards to there's nothing that you need to do. There's nothing that you need to worry about. Nothing that you need to do. The same thing with celestial uterus. The celestial uterus talks about it needs two parts. The alchemy, which is the elements, and also the space to contain it. I'm seeing the earth be a space that contains your soul. It's almost like a container, right? And elements are the elemental factors. If you think about a seed that is naturally planted in the ground, it doesn't need to do anything. It's already seeded with its intention, and its intention has grounded its roots firmly down into the earth, where it's unshakable, right? And even though it's in the dark, the earth and all of its elements and environmental factors are in your favor. This construct is designed for you to win. Like this construct is designed for you to grow. It is. And it can feel scary for the seed, especially as it begins to germinate right before breakthrough. I'm seeing right now what used to be your ceiling is going to become your floor. It's like you're about to break through into a whole new atmosphere, like a whole new environment. And this is something you're going to have to adjust to, right? Literally. So whatever this is, a planet itself is being formed. Everything is on its path. Just enjoy the journey in these next 3 to 6 months. This is literally something. Should we try and see what this is? I know it's very cryptic. Let's see. Let's see. Let's get a oracle message. And then I'm going to catch up with you guys in the chat. It's been so long. Door to personal happiness and healing. And then you also have the sun. So there is some kind of clarity that you're going to be gaining that's going to be opening a new door, right? What's on the other side of that door? It looks like heaven on earth to me. Let's read 34. We're going to also close out with a meditation, guys, today. 34, new beginnings in your personal life. So in the next 3 to 6 months, this talks about the beautiful light-filled door opens into a lush rainbow-lit spring filled with vibrant lotus flowers. And lotuses were actually coming up as a theme earlier today. And I was talking about how lotuses show where beauty could begin to become born, right? And be birthed into creation from the most unexpected places. It's almost like the way that you're about to transform in the most like unexpected way, right? Or something that happens. It's like they emerge from the most unexpected environments. So whether working on some inner healing, such as breaking an addiction, great time for this. Pisces is about releasing. Or looking to make some external changes, such as finding a new place to live, this card signals that your life is opening up and new opportunities are about to appear in these next 3 to 6 months, right? The changes you've been working on are ready to blossom with wonderful results. So make sure you see your personal intentions through with continued action and optimistic expectations. And you can, because Jupiter energy is very optimistic. Jupiter energy is expanded, and Jupiter is in Cancer right now, which is in its exaltation. It performs very, very well, which means it's under a fairy godmother influence, right? So Jupiter in its, where it performs very well, where it's exalted, is literally nurturing energy. This is about literally, it's gifts that the universe wants to keep on giving as you kind of flow with the changes that are impacting the earth as an extension of it. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Right, let's go and see another oracle message. I'll definitely get a shaman's dream oracle message too. The truth is coming in hot, the fifth world. Higher power, you're being led by something intangible, right? Again, something is not for you, right? You're being guided. And this is a strategic move that you're making. And this is fortune, right? Fortune, a fortune cookie. There's something that you're breaking open and the answer is becoming clear. There's an essence in regards to, even if you don't necessarily know the form of what's for you during this time, that's okay. What's more important is the essence. Get clear in regards to the things that are not for you, right? The things that you feel like are no longer soul aligned, and focus on releasing that, because I'm hearing from that the clarity will begin to emerge, okay? Because you're creating space to see things clearly. That's what I'm seeing. You know how I'm seeing someone like redecorate a house, right? Or refurbish it. And before you bring in new furniture, right? Before you kind of bring in like you go shopping and you get like new things, right, for the house, right? Or like a new wardrobe, let's say, right? And you're trying to work out like a new aesthetic or something like that, right? You don't go to the furniture store and buy everything and then bring it to the house while you still have the old furniture. You don't do that. And this is about like a soul renovation that's going on right now when it comes to your life on earth and your path kind of being renovated. That's literally the vibe that's going on through you, apparently. Like, it's like you remove it and then you go, right? Maybe you find inspiration and then you gain clarity that it's time to remove these things. And you don't know exactly what you're going to pick out, right? But you have an idea that you're craving something new. There's some kind of essence, an idea. There's a feeling that you have. Like, again, there's like an aesthetic that you want to lean into, like whatever this is. That is the vibe that's going on with higher power. So let me go ahead and read this. 4. because otherwise everything's kind of cluttered. But there's something about creating that open space gives you so much room to kind of get creative, right? 4, I'm also seeing like a huge transformation happen within you where while someone's, oh, you know what this is? Okay. While someone's refurbishing their house and they completely remove all the furniture and they break down certain walls and they're like reconstructing everything, they find like a hidden passage, right? Have you seen those stories of like someone that ends up finding like this hidden passage within the walls? That's what I'm seeing for you. It's like, and from that emerges a whole new kind of room, and more than a room, like I'm seeing like a whole new reality, like something that is hidden in plain sight right now is going to be revealed, but it's waiting to be discovered upon the clearing. And not only are you going to have furniture for this place, but also this new thing that you've just found. Like, that's what I'm seeing for your life on Earth. Like, you don't see. Yeah, and I literally was talking about this today earlier. I'm not going to give it away. You guys will see it in the readings that we have coming up. But it was like just expect the unexpected. Like, something unexpected is going to happen. And there's an unexpected blessing or gift that you find from the clearing, from the sacrifice. Because with Corbin, something new is drawing near. There's something sacred that you're going to discover. Like, I'm seeing like a room with an altar, something that just feels so like so aligned, something that's just so beautiful for you. It's like hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. What's the word when you like you get like a, what's it called? Like you get something extra. Like you get something extra, like more than you bargained for. There's that type of energy. Okay, higher power, conscious contact with a higher power. The presence of the divine. By the way, congratulations, 7P. I saw your message earlier in regards to quitting smoking, right? There's that type of energy that's coming through. It's like there's a breath of fresh air in your experience. The things you're releasing is making room for new things, right? And it's doing something that's so aligned. So this card reminds you that you're more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul and are gifted with a human life through which a higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it with prayer and meditation. Ask, what is for the highest good of all and how can I serve? Then get out of your own way and trust that there is a plan for your life more wondrous than you can ever know. You are always protected and divinely directed. So with prosperity, the prosperity message is sometimes your work just flows through you. Ideas come rushing in, inspiration bubbles from a wellspring you didn't even know that you could access. This is what I mean. Like, this is something you didn't even know that you can access, that you're coming back into alignment with. Like, there's a whole new layer of reality. I'm seeing someone like, again, they put on different glasses. If you guys have watched that reading that I did in regards to your life being a movie and, you know, this life being a quantum cinema, it's almost like you're putting on glasses and you're seeing a whole different spectrum of possibilities. You know, it's like it's widening your spectrum, like things that you didn't even think were possible, things that you couldn't even like fathom, right? So this talks about when you enter agreements, begin projects, and negotiate deals with spirit as your partner, you will always succeed. Let a higher power lead you. The synchronicities and intuitive nudges, someone was saying earlier, that you feel will help you see which way you're being pointed, giving you confidence to move forward in the right direction. Don't forget to give credit where it's due. You won't be successful without spirit's guidance. Humility will serve you well when this symbol appears. So this is the North Node in Pisces, right? Literally. Let's get a shaman. And we have deep knowing that I just saw as I picked up this deck. Where is it here? Let's get the shaman's dream oracle message. Where is the book? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, right here. Drifter, experiencing life as it comes. Literally, I love this card because it literally talks about what we were just speaking about in regards to seeking an essence but not knowing the form. So 14. Do things step by step. First, focus on decluttering the room, right? Focus on clearing space. And, you know, the room, honestly, in the metaphysical realm, especially the bedroom, it represents your private attachments, right? Things that you have been attaching to, things that you have been clinging on to. that are just no longer serving you. And the house represents, you know, your soul and a renovation that you're going through. So what lights you up? Experiencing life as it comes, seeking the essence but not knowing the form. The drifter invites you to step outside of your to-do list, right? Which is the Virgo essence, and your ordinary routine, right? Things that are familiar. To feel the breeze against your skin, right? You ever feel like the wind's trying to tell us something or we don't know how to hear anymore? Like tune into that version of you. And calling you to follow the wind and explore life's opportunities. When the drifter appears, it's a sign that it's time to cut the mooring lines, maybe it's belief systems, holding you to the dock. It's not important to know the destination before you set sail. Again, it's not important to like know exactly the vibe that the house is going to go through, right? Like how the room is going to how it's going to look. I'm hearing things will come together. Like whatever it is, things will come together. So it will become clear as you leave the port. So the path will become clear as you walk down it, right? Clarity is something that you're going to gain through your action right now, okay? Do not wait for the map, as there are none where you're destined to go. But be sure that you do have a compass to keep you true. Yours is a pure love and your intention to be free, even from your own beliefs and preconceptions. If you appreciate the energy of the drifter, you're not lost. Lost is a state of mind. Instead, you're being given an opportunity to find a new way. And it requires you to kind of be in that flow state. Hey, because I'm hearing you may just drift off into places that are super beautiful. You know, I'm seeing somebody take a path they wouldn't have before and they discover the most beautiful location. It's almost like they discover like a place that literally resembles heaven on earth, you know? And it's always been on their path, they just never taken it. And I'm seeing you just like, not stumble upon this reality, but it's almost like a reality stumbles upon you because you're open to it doing so. But you are the only one who understands, and others are running full out on the hamster wheel and getting nowhere. You know what's funny? We have the benefactor here at the base and it's 2 hamsters. And this is Jupiterian energy. Okay, so your laziness is an unappreciated virtue. Again, there's nothing that you need to do, right? There's nothing that you need to do except for release and trust the process of your own becoming. You know that life will find you and bring you everything that you require without you having to search for it, by simply being instead of frantic doing. What did we talk about earlier? There's this time of being and there's also a time of doing. Even if you let your mind wander, releasing it to go for a daily walkabout, call it back home regularly to deliver news from the cosmos. The drifter helps you find what you are looking for, even when you didn't think that you were seeking anything. So not only what you seek seeks you, but something is seeking you and you don't even know necessarily what it is. You know, it's almost like you resonating or operating in a level of just abundance is bringing in abundant opportunities, and it could come through the most unexpected, surprising forms. Okay, guys, let me catch up with the chat, and then should we get into meditation? It's quite a long one, but I have like a visual one, but I don't have my song bowl today. I don't have my song bowl because I didn't think I was gonna go live. I wasn't expecting to, so I didn't bring it. Let's see. Are you guys ready to go into meditation? Or is there any other message? And then maybe we'll like close out with more tarot. We'll cross that road when we get to it. Where in the world are you? I'm somewhere very sacred right now, literally. Sacred. Oh, did you leave Egypt? Technically, there's a parallel version of myself still there now. Okay, let's get into meditation, and then we'll see where we're at, because we have a very beautiful analogy. So, Seven of Wands, I want you guys to just focus on this character and the solar plexus. We're going to do a nice visualization. I'm going to take you through different steps. Can you hear me okay, guys, as well? Like, is the audio okay? Perfect. Oh, I have a solar plexus crystal ball in front of me. I love that synchronicity, Sarah. Well, you can do the the thing for me, please. Okay, right. Let's go ahead and ground as we begin. So, children of light, stardust wrapped in skin. I want you to just close your eyes and visualize the light that is within. Take a long and deep breath in through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. And again, take a deep breath in. Just call all of your awareness back to you, your life force. And with a breath of kindness, blow away what you no longer want to hold on to, what is no longer yours. And one more time, take a deep breath in. Call your life force back from technology, people that you've engaged with, things that you've interacted with, social media. Just be seated in your awareness. And with a breath of kindness, take a deep breath out and anchor your awareness into your body. Just connect your grounding cord. I want you to see an umbilical cord around the whole circumference of your body. It can be like a tree trunk. It can be an umbilical cord. It can be anything that feels most in resonance with you. And just allow that to run down through into the center of the earth, okay? Into Pachamama, just run down into the center of the earth and allow that to ground you. And just feel yourself becoming more and more grounded in your body, safe in your body, and secure in your body. Okay, into this vessel that you've incarnated into, the vessel that's allowing you to experience growth and participate in this terrestrial experience, in this plane. Just get really acquainted with this vessel. And we're just going to run energy. I want you to just pull up green life force from the center of the earth and feel that coming up the base of your feet, through your ankles, your shins, penetrating through your knees, your thighs, your hips, running through your intestines, your stomach, your chest, your neck, your head, and just continue running that energy at your center core. And you can just see this beautiful green field, this life force all around you within your multidimensional bubble. You're now encased with the healing energies of the earth. Just feel your body softening, your shoulders dropping, your jaw unclenching. Allow your spine to become elongated. Feel your breath going down into your stomach, the base of your spine. And imagine that you're sinking deeper and deeper into your inner world, the unseen place where this change begins. Almost like you've been a seed planted in the ground. I want you to see yourself entering a fortress. Before you rises a great stone fortress. Its walls are tall, ancient, and it's been weathered by time. And you walk towards it, slowly noticing each detail. The gate, the stones, the strength that it radiates. It's a reflection of you. This fortress is your inner self. Everything that you've built, everything that you've defended, everything that you've carried, not just in this lifetime, but in those that have come before. in those who have come before you. As you step through this gate, you enter into a warm chamber filled with golden light, source light. This is the sun in Virgo. Here you see an artisan, the Eight of Pentacles. She's steadily at work. Her hands carve stone after stone, and she's focused and very precise. Her work is devoted. She's very patient and detailed, like the part of you that polishes and refines and perfects everything. Just kind of observe this artisan. She doesn't know that you're here, but she might be able to feel your presence, but just begin to observe her, almost like you are a spirit guide in the room, encoded into her field, and you've been deployed to assist her at this stage in her journey. She doesn't know it yet, but her whole life is about to shift. What it is that she's been working towards is going to alter significantly. Now watch her closely. Some of the stones that she's been shaping, they begin to glow with a soft golden light. They're infused with that essence of love. They're built by devotion and the sacred service. And others that she's built, they're on the side and they feel heavy, grey, or dull. They've been built from fear, by versions of herself where she's not felt enough, where she's been building from control or from endless perfection. And suddenly you realize this artisan is you. You are her. You are him. And the question rises in your heart. You're watching yourself and you're asking yourself, as you observe yourself, am I refining with love or clinging from fear? Am I building a sanctuary for my soul or a prison of perfection? Allow the answer to rise without force, without judgment. Just simply notice what comes up for you. Now suddenly, the light begins to change. The eclipse casts its shadow across the chamber. The glow fades and the walls begin to blur. Mist begins to enter into this room. And within you, you sense the presence of a high priestess, cloaked in moonlight, calm, still, and luminous. She whispers, "Trust the unseen. Not all walls are meant to remain. Some must dissolve so that your soul can finally breathe." And as she speaks, you see certain stones in the fortress begin to loosen. These are the walls of fear, the weight of overwork, the burdens of control. They crumble, falling away with ease, and the dust clears. Where the walls fall, new light begins to stream. You see light streaming in, fresh air begins to flow through. The fortress no longer feels heavy, it actually feels alive. It feels like it's dancing to a beat of its own, a new rhythm. It's open. It's opened up this sacred space. Just begin to see this golden light filling and surrounding you. Feel the golden light wrapping around you now and absorbing into your skin, your bones, the muscles, down to the cellular level. Just stand in the center of the fortress and feel what remains. The walls that glow, the stones that are strong, and the foundations that are aligned. This is your true sanctuary, not made of fear, but of love, not closed in, but actually breathing with life. The eclipse has already rewritten your inner code. Trust that the outer world will soon recognize this and reorganize to mirror the inner freedom. Place your hand on your heart and whisper silently or aloud. I release what imprisons me. I protect only what is sacred. I trust the unseen alchemy within me. As I surrender, my reality transforms. And just take 3 slow, deep breaths. 1. Feel your heart space glowing brighter and brighter, this golden light. And just take a deep breath out and exhale, almost blowing out grey smoke. Anything that's been heavy, anything that's been weighing you down. And take another deep breath in, all the way down to the center of your spine. And take a deep breath out. And feel yourself becoming lighter and lighter. And one more deep breath in, down into the center of your spine. Hold your breath. Bring that light up into your heart space. Allow it to glow brighter and brighter. And on the out breath, feel yourself becoming lighter and lighter, formless once again. And now you can just gently bring your awareness back into your body. Okay, you've just been placing yourself in frames vibrationally within the quantum field. So I want you to just bring your awareness back into your vessel. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, roll your shoulders if you feel called to, and then softly open your eyes when you're ready. And carry this clarity within you. It's within your heart, and within you is that eternal light, is that golden source light that is forever guiding your path. I wish I had my what's it called? My sound bowl, but it's okay. I hope that you guys enjoy that. It's been a while since we did meditation on the channel. I miss it. Steve said, why not stay in Egypt? I'm working with astral cartography right now. I love Egypt. I'm going back. That's my home. But the world is also my home. And that sometimes you get a calling, just like I got a calling to go back to Egypt. I get callings to go to other locations as well. And there is, you don't want to see a new era, a new journey. We're going to be exploring a lot out here. I'm still going to be taking you guys to a lot of places upcoming. Maybe we're not even going to disclose it. I hope that you guys enjoyed that reading and that meditation. What did your fortress look like? What did the artisan look like as well? When you were observing yourself, did you notice anything like specific? What were they wearing? What did the stones look like? Was there anything specific that you feel called to share? Yeah, Alejandro said sensory sensibility is only getting stronger. It will be, the moon and Pisces just in general, you're going to be very, very sensitive to, energetic influences, especially things that are unseen and things that are invisible. Fortress around Jerusalem. That's beautiful, Dana. I'm going to Egypt in October, says Lee. Oh, that's awesome. I hope that you enjoy. October is a beautiful alignment. In October, on the 22nd, they have, is it 2-2? Yeah, in 𝓵𝓬𝓪𝓷𝓬, that's actually the day where the sun actually aligns with the entrance of 𝓵𝓬𝓪𝓷𝓬, and the sunlight begins to shine all the way down the hallway and into the innermost sanctuary. And it shines on the three deities like Amun-Ra and a few other deities, and Ptah is left in the darkness in the cosmos. But yeah, that's in Aswan. But I actually did a message on that. I'm sure you watched it when I took you guys to 𝓵𝓬𝓪𝓷𝓬. But yeah, that's the energy. Reading, centering for me. I would love to go to Egypt. Yeah, Diane. It's beautiful if you guys get the calling, I found out a few things in regards to where it's aspecting me. And it's beautiful to work with the energy, but sometimes I was being called for other things. When I get comfortable in a place, like I get really, really comfortable, I'm like, I know it's time to kind of just go somewhere else, I traveled Egypt on local transport. Yeah, it's awesome. Like they have Go Bus there. Like Go Bus is awesome. Like the local transport is great if you get the trains in Cairo. Okay. Maybe I'm not even going to reveal where I am just yet. Some of you've already guessed it though. You'll see. But yeah, should we get a closing out message? Let's get a closing out message. What Shall we do my cards are everywhere? Oh, let's get one of these. I haven't pulled the Star Child message in ages. If Shayo watches this, thank you, Shayo, because he got me this deck. Let's see. It's a beautiful deck. What's the theme? Tell me about the lunar eclipse inside. Oh. Sacred Mountain. That's so funny. And we have dolphins. Okay, dolphins is about echolocation, right? So there is somewhere that you're being guided right now that you may not be able to see, but you can feel, right? Because vibrationally with echolocation, it allows you to see through frequencies, right? Through vibrations. And it's almost like something that you're sending out is echoing back to you during this time. Let me go ahead and find this, the book for this, Sacred Mountain. Sacred Mountain is almost like a pilgrimage or sacred journey. And it's funny because the dolphins are coming with you, right? The dolphins are there with you on the trip to the Sacred Mountain. And they're both upright triangles, which are fire elements. So there's something that you could be like reigniting during this time, or there's something that's being reignited within you as well. Let me go ahead and find this. And it's funny because right now on my iPad, I have the Aries symbol, which is a fire sign at the beginning, like a deity, right? Let's see. Let me find this. Yeah, but I'm going to do like a whole astrocartography series at the speed of alignment. Right now, I'm kind of testing and trialing the energies for myself first. So I'm speaking from like experience and not just like, what's it called? Hypothesis. Sacred Mountain. Okay. The Vision Quest. Okay, what quest are you on right now? The quest of the soul. Clarity and truth, Shambhala. So the Shambhala initiations is a time to go inwards. It's a time to get quiet, because what you need to get, what you need to hear will get loud when you get quiet. Okay. I want to get comfortable. Okay. So deep healing and supporting the earth's ascension, right? You're doing that as an extension of the earth, healing the unconscious, right? Huge Pisces theme. As I am welcomed onto the healing slopes of the Sacred Mountain, I am invited also to remember the Shambhala, my crystalline home. The Sacred Mountain tells the journey of vision and purpose. Energy vortices and resonant caverns are calling you, for they are spaces that bring clarity to the mind, even when it's overthinking the linear processes, right? Virgo. The Sacred Mountain is a sanctuary of deep peace, which cannot be affected by emotional turmoil. So this is the aspect within you, right, that begins to kind of observe the full range of human emotion, but you're beginning to kind of, again, observe that and see it clearly. So Lemurians know the power of the mountain and see it as a place of sacred ceremony. It's also a place of great harmony, insight, and energy healing, and also a gathering place to initiate new projects, to celebrate new relationships. Can you feel the sense of a renewed purpose? The higher vision that is received in your pineal gland, it activates the wisdom that is already in your heart, so give it attention and let it emerge. Connect to the Sacred Mountain to integrate this wisdom, this vision of wisdom into your conscious awareness. Are any worries in your heart any residues of the old paradigm? By going on the vision quest, you will leave them behind, because the mountain will take them from you. It's so funny because we're literally surrounded in mountains right now. Okay, so definitely the mountain spirit energy is coming through. New energies are coming away. Follow the trail of these energies, for they lead you to the Sacred Mountain. And this is what I mean, like, this is literally, Neptune is about side quest energy and the universe sending you on a side quest. And you don't realize that you think that this release has nothing to do with what you're about to receive, but it has everything to do with it. It's not until you clear the furniture from like the living room that you actually begin to discover this door, right? It's not until you break down the wall that you see what is behind it that was waiting for you all along, right? So I'm hearing like breaking down the belief systems of those fears, where you see literally a whole reality awaiting you, right, on the other side of it. So new energies are coming your way, right? They lead you to the Sacred Mountain, the Artisan in the Sacred Mountain. I feel like Spirit's exposing where I am right now and free of thought forms that can distract you. Therefore, this journey helps you to connect to your heart and face your demons. This sacred mountain is happy to take your demons from you and to give you a vision of a higher vibrational truth in return. Such is a generosity of this mountain being. Are you a warrior? Do you want to conquer the mountain, right? That's Seven of Wands energy. For you, there are times when you need to surrender to the universe. Literally, the themes of freaking Neptune had the Hanged Man and freaking Seven of Wands, right? There are moments where you need to surrender to the universe so that nature can do its work. And that's exactly what the sea does, right? Kind of letting go and letting God. That's what North Node and Pisces is. Nothing is asked from you in this process except to open your hands and to let go and receive. Release your previous identities, for you are destined to go beyond them on the sacred mountain. Who you were to get here is no longer who you need to be moving forward, okay? Through this process, in fact, what it is that you've been through to get here is the reason why it's time to give yourself permission to be all it is that you already are. Through this process, you are finding a deep connection with your heart within and without, and now your cosmic light is manifesting a new form from your creator consciousness. Wow, this is beautiful. Wow. You can connect to a sacred mountain. That's a meditation. And then right after you have the 9, which is the dolphins, which is saying it's time to play. It's okay to relax and it's okay to smile once again. Dolphin, share your flow, all is well. Fun and loving interaction is natural. I attune to the dolphins and allow my inner child to laugh and play again. And I just did a reading on this yesterday where it was almost like you were aging backwards, you know, that's like the energy that I was getting from it. Like something that you're doing is making you feel like childlike once again, right? And it talks about, you know, the gates of heaven are open to the children, right, of the earth. And there's something around you kind of becoming a child once again. And because of that, you're stepping into, you know, a version of heaven on earth. So the dolphins are bringing flow, joy, and celebration. They show you phases of introversion that are naturally followed by celebration and new opportunity. This flow leads to your pod, the collective, so that you can communicate and dance with a mutual honoring. So this is about basically receiving divine clarity as you do healing, and there's natural communication that's happening for you that goes beyond space and time. Telepathically, you can be connected to a lot behind the veil right now as well, and you're very in tune energetically, and you're being called to play as you travel between these kind of different dimensions, right? So yeah, it's a cosmic portal essentially where you're gaining a lot of clarity. So it's a beautiful energy. Honestly, it's a beautiful energy. You guys already know whenever I go live, like I never want to come off, but I think that we did good today. I think that we did good. Let's see. Bringing East and West belief systems. Yeah, and it's almost like you're going to the West before you go to the East. Like there's things that you're going to be releasing before there is a new beginning, right, in your life. The East where the sun rises, West where the sun sets. Let me just talk to you guys in the chat for a bit because it's been so long. Okay. Yeah. Tomorrow, I'm going to be taking you guys somewhere. Well, not tomorrow for you, but tomorrow for me, for the eclipse. I'm going to be taking you somewhere very, very sacred during a very specific alignment for this eclipse energy. It's going to be very, very interesting to say the least. Very, very interesting. Yeah, how are you all doing? To that one place. What do you mean, subword? I'm just gonna sit and speak to you guys for a bit. Who knows? You know me. If you guys know me, I always end up pulling more cards. But that's the energy. I just want to chill for a bit. Because after this, after this, I have some work behind the scenes. My cards are like absolutely ridiculous right now. Like, I literally have a whole library of just cards everywhere. Thank you, TT, the like input and truth and mirrors. Yeah, you guys are deeply appreciated. Thank you for showing up just for yourself, you know, that's really what this is about. Is there anything that anyone wants to share that maybe they're releasing, things that they're tuning in to, like tuning into. I'm picking up on portals right now. These cards are absolutely ridiculous. It's like divine, it's like divine chaos right now. If you could see what I'm looking at, this is like absolute divine chaos, but that's probably the story of your life. That's the theme right now. Okay, guys, that's probably going to be it today. I think we did good. Any other questions that you guys may have in regards to like this eclipse energy? Through the clouds. I'm currently tuning into frequencies that are shifting the entire mirror. My entire reality is shedding as I feel the distance of what we are and what is currently manifesting. Yeah, and that's happening within you, Alejandro. Like that is the shift begins within, and it's the work that you're doing within where reality, the law of correspondence, begins to reconfigure itself to correspond the changes and shifts that have happened within you. Again, as we spoke about, the person who is stagnant, right, that resists the change, is the person who will begin to experience stagnancy or repetitive themes loop in their reality, right? It's like change doesn't happen until that change happens within you. And it's not even that happens within you or to you or for you, it happens through you. And that's exactly what this eclipse season, you know, teaches us, is that change literally happens through you. I don't even have a complete deck to pull a card from right now. Like all the cards are pretty much mixed. Like they're pretty much all mixed everywhere. It's divine chaos. Okay. I'm gonna leave it, guys. Boom trap. Yeah, I'm live. It's been a while. We used to do this a lot. If I find the time to go live at some point this month, I'll try. Particularly on the new moon eclipse, I'm going to be somewhere in Virgo later this month on the 21st. I'll keep you guys updated if I go live then. If I do, it's going to be a very, very special location. If I have connection, I don't know if I'm going to have connection. I didn't even know if I was going to have connection here, but it's been brilliant. But yes, that's going to be it, guys. I'm going to love an EV right there. Thank you so much for everyone's presence, energy, and this interaction in general. It's just been beautiful. And also deep thank you for all the super chats and support that everyone sent this way. I'm sorry if I missed any. Let me know if I missed any. But thank you so much. May your cause come back into effect tenfold. And yeah, I'll speak to you guys very, very soon. Who knows? Maybe no promises, depending how I feel tomorrow. We might go live, but no promises. I'll speak to you guys very, very soon. Okay, until next time. Bye.